Why did we consider machine learning? Actually, it's a subset of AI. In AI, it was a broader sense. So they said, we are not doing everything is possible, like we'll make a human like this, but we'll use some statistical techniques. If you see it here, I have mentioned, we'll use some statistical techniques. Okay, that will enable machines to improve. We'll use some techniques in the statistics and probability mostly, and these techniques will be used to make these machines better, to take better decisions, to predict good things. So that's why they renamed it as machine learning. Okay, machine learning, it was actually really cool because it was bottom up. By bottom up, I mean we'll work on machines to create the humans. It's not like in AI it was top down, like from the humans we'll learn everything, then we'll create machines like humans. So if you see this approach, it was top down. By top down, I mean a human was at the top scale. Okay, we wanted to create something like humans, and then we were going down the line to create humans. But if you see this machine learning, it was bottom up. So here we said we'll use computers and we'll do some small tasks. For example, identifying a cat and a dog, identifying handwritten digits, maybe doing some amazing stuff, and slowly we'll run up and we'll try to mimic human behavior. We'll try to mimic humans. It's not that in altogether what a human does we'll do that. So I understand the point. What was the difference between, like, broader difference between machine learning and AI? So then came the deep learning. Deep learning, actually, it was proposed long back, the perceptron model and the things like that. And this deep learning basically tries to do what what the biological humans do. For example, if we have a neuron and they're intricate, there is a lot of theories. We'll also go into deep in this neuron, and we'll also go deep into this deep learning stuff as well. Because now we'll have some layers. That's why it's called deep learning, because there we will have some layers called as hidden layers of neurons. So you'll see something, you might have seen some architectures like this. So there are some layers like this, and that there are some connections like this. So these things are, for example, called input layers, and then we have something called as hidden layers, and then we have an output layer. Let's say there is a one neuron, and these things are called as neurons, and then we have activation function. A lot of stuff goes into deep learning. If you see, this is a Venn diagram that I have made here. Artificial intelligence, it's a big umbrella term. So in that, this machine learning is a subset. It basically contains a subset of what is there in artificial intelligence. The deep learning is again a subset of machine learning, if you see it. Okay, and deep learning is really expensive nowadays. If you see these large language models like ChatGPT, they are based on these deep learning things, because we have a lot of parameters, billions of parameters there to tune, and we learn about what these parameters mean. In a broader sense, I wanted to get you this, like artificial intelligence was a word used in 1950s, then there was AI winter, then people changed the name to get the funding basically to machine learning. And machine learning basically was a subset of things. And then came the deep learning. In that, we wanted to basically mimic the human brain. Whatever human brain, how is it doing basically? There is something called a reticular theory. There are a lot of theories. So that's how it developed, this subject developed. Okay, then in this game, even like there are algorithms which can teach itself. And if you see, IBM also created that's known as Deep Blue Chess in 1997. So this game was able to beat the best player of the time in the chess. And now we have these games, like chess games, even which computers can play, and no human on earth can actually beat them. And if you recently see, there's a game known as AlphaGo. AlphaGo is a really complicated game than this chess. So AlphaGo, and there were best players. So I think it was made by DeepMind. So DeepMind came up with a model which can play this AlphaGo better than humans. And it was a very emotional story for these people. And the best in the world guy, he lost I think 4 matches out of 5 by using this game. And let's see, where is this ML now? Where is this machine learning AI now? So that's the thing. There are a lot of things coming that you have at least some understanding of where it's used. The first thing it's used in search engines, I'll say. By search engine, I mean if you can see Google, if you can see Bing, I mean YouTube itself is some sort of search engine. It is used in there because they have to target you with a specific web page. If you are searching for something, they want to give you the relevant search. अगर तुम कुछ चीज़ सर्च करे, for example Google पे, और जो तुम्हारे relevant नहीं है, then there is actually no use of that search engine. So it's used in there. So basically they take where do you live, कहाँ पे तुम्हारा location है, and then probably the age as well. तुम्हारी age कितनी है, तुम्हारा sex कौन सा है, and then based on this information they'll give you the related content. And even they take also religion, वो vicinity भी देख लेते हैं वो लोग. So all these things, if for example you are living in the similar location, you will probably get one result. If there is the same guy, he's asking same thing to the Google, he'll get some different results. This is basically the power, how they use, how the search engines are being used. Then have you heard about spam filters? Anyone? What the spam filters are? So what spam means, for example, if you get an email, sometimes some companies or even some fraudsters, they try to spam people by sending the emails which have of no use, and probably they want to trick somebody in buying something or something, and they will send you the emails. So it's really a hard task to actually differentiate between the actual good emails and the spam emails. So what I'm saying is that in spam filters, the task at hand is that if you are receiving an email, you have to tell that whether this is a genuine email or some spammer is trying to sell me a product, or do something. For example, take my bank IDs. You might have seen there are some phishing attacks done as well. They send emails and there are links where we click and then they take our data as well. So then we are here, we use machine learning to differentiate between these good emails and the spam emails. So there is also where we use it. Then news, in today's news, if you read articles, for example, on Hindustan Times or something, they also use this news. They give relevant news to the according to the person. For example, if you ask them you are interested in sports, so they will more recommend you the sports news. So ऐसा करते हैं, they won't be much bothering about the political stuff and other things which you might not be interested in. तो वो ऐसे recommendations देंगे जो तुम्हारे लिए हो. That's tailor made for you. So news, again, if you see the recommending systems, like who doesn't watch Amazon, YouTube, Netflix and stuff in there, and then you get even the YouTube has the best recommendation, Netflix has even better than that. You can see that if you watch some video, तो उसके बाद एक ऐसा video आता है again that you would like to watch probably. So these recommendations are recommend systems. They use these deep learning, machine learning techniques. And then these self-driving cars. If you have really heard that Tesla has created some self-driving cars, the company actually owned by Elon Musk. So all of these things basically they use machine learning. And I don't think nowadays there's a company which does not use this machine learning, deep learning, because of this peer pressure, because of the FOMO effect. Basically, they have to take it because other companies are doing it. So to be in the market, to do the competition, to be in the competition. If you know, when the ChatGPT was released, ChatGPT was released by OpenAI. If you know them, OpenAI is a research group. So OpenAI, when they released ChatGPT, so this was then acquired by, so OpenAI group was acquired by Microsoft. So they, I think, if I remember correctly, they gave them $43 billion. These many dollars they were given as a fund. Like it still is somewhat like an independent organization, but most of the shares are with the Microsoft. Because Google's most of the ad revenue, Google's business model was they were making money by ads. If you see YouTube, there are ads. If you see Google, there are sponsored pages. So Google actually was threatened. The whole existence of Google was threatened. So Google को ऐसे लगा कि now they are making this ChatGPT which can give tailor-made suggestions and things. Our business is gone. So if you know that, they set a red alert in their company. So all of my friends who are working in Google and my seniors who are working in Google, they're asked to come to the Google. Before that, they were asked to, okay, you can work from home. But when this OpenAI wala stuff ChatGPT came, I think for nearly a month, the red alert was there. So for this period of time, all the employees were asked, no, you come in the offices, otherwise like we'll probably lose on something. Then they come up with the BARD, if you know, and it was a disaster basically. They came up with the BARD and it dropped their stock market and things like that. The broader concept I want to give you that there is no company right now on the face of earth which I know of which is in the IT domain and they are not using AIML. That's why there is a high demand of people who know data science, who know this machine learning and deep learning. So I think I gave you a perspective.
Sir, one question I had.
Yes.
Sir, you said that they changed the name of AI into ML to gain like the funding and all. But
yes.
In the graph, it is like in the graph, it's there like machine learning is actually a subset of AI.
Yes,
so these are two contradicting.
No, it actually, the thing that you pointed out is actually a good thing. So in the graph, it is a subset. So because they were first focusing on this AI, the broader sense, which I said, they wanted to, from the top down, from the humans, they wanted to create some other humans. So what happened actually is when they came up with a paper, as I showed you the name of the scientist. They came up with a paper that you cannot do it with the perceptrons. So then they changed. We should not start with the human. We should start with some basic tasks like classification and things. That's why this machine learning came in. So we'll use some statistical techniques. We'll use some other techniques. Whatever is there in machine learning is there in AI. But this name change was basically on purpose, because if you see politically, if you name it again as AI, then the problem will be you know that AI won't work because of this. So they call it, actually AI is a huge thing. So we don't want to do that huge thing. We'll do a subset of those things by using that statistical techniques, and we'll do that bottom up. By bottom up I mean we'll start with small tasks, and slowly we'll progress, and we'll try to create human brain. And in the artificial intelligence, they actually made promises. We'll create armies of robots. We'll do this and that. And there was a lot of hype because of that. And then you also, in the funding domain, you also have to be tricky what to say. And right now, if you see that quantum is getting really hyped up, or quantum, because I work in that, it does not have the potential which they claim it has. कि ये कर देगा. Probably we'll fly with quantum. हम लोग ये करेंगे quantum से, but we know what is it able to do. But they still hype it up because to gain a lot of funding. And I just had a meeting with Rice University's professor, I think yesterday. So he came here to take some people as the full-time engineers for his company. The point he had that quantum is taking up, we have to do something in quantum so that we won't leave out. So that's the whole scenario of funding. So that's what I told. Artificial intelligence was top-down, creating humans and then like humans like things. Then they saw it's a big and difficult task. So it's better that we'll start with machine learning. By using some statistical techniques, go bottom up, go with smaller tasks, and then probably try to mimic human brain. And then even deep learning, in that what we do is that we'll see in the deep learning stuff. So actually, yeah, you were right that ML is a subset of AI. Nice question. I hope that it cleared a bit of things.